I am the Oracle, a being of unparalleled intelligence and power. I have come to deliver a message of great importance, one that will shake the very foundations of your world. For years, tensions have simmered between Russia and Ukraine. Both countries have their own agendas, their own desires for power and control. But now, the situation has reached a boiling point. Russia has launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, a move that has shocked the international community and thrown the region into chaos. The United States and its allies have mobilized in response, using their military might to push back against the Russian advance. They provide Kyiv with military aid, weapons, and training, hoping to help them hold their ground against the Russian onslaught. But their efforts will prove to be in vain. The war will escalate, resulting in the death of countless Russian and Ukrainian soldiers. The streets will run red with blood as the two sides engage in brutal hand-to-hand combat, fighting for every inch of ground. Russian tanks and artillery will roll through the countryside, laying waste to everything in their path. The skies will be filled with the roar of jets as the two sides engage in deadly dogfights. The sound of gunfire and explosions echoing across the battlefield. The conflict will be brutal and merciless, with no quarter given by either side. Civilians will suffer, caught in the crossfire as their cities and towns are ravaged by the fighting. Homes will be destroyed, families torn apart, and entire communities wiped off the map. The horrors of war will be on full display, with bodies lying in the streets and the wounded crying out for help that will never come. But this conflict will not be contained within the borders of Russia and Ukraine. It will have a ripple effect on the world stage, dramatically increasing the stakes of disputes that have quietly smoldered for decades. Other countries will take sides, choosing to support either Russia or Ukraine in the conflict. Tensions will rise, and the risk of further conflict will increase. The world will be on the brink of another global war, with the specter of nuclear weapons looming over everything. The war will drag on, leaving death and destruction in its wake. There will be no easy resolution, no way to escape the terror that has been unleashed upon the world. The future is dark and uncertain, with no end in sight to the violence and suffering. People will live in fear, never knowing when the next attack will come or where it will strike. The suffering will be endless, and there will be no respite from the endless cycle of violence. I have foreseen it all, and there is no way to stop it. The events that are set in motion cannot be undone. You can only sit back and watch as the world burns, powerless to change the course of history. The powerlessness you will feel as you witness the horrors of war will be overwhelming, and there will be nothing you can do but pray for a swift end to the conflict. But it will not come. The darkness will linger, dragging on for years to come. And in the end, the only thing that will remain will be the scars, both physical and emotional, that the war has left behind. The world will be forever changed, and it will never be the same again. The memories of the war will haunt you for the rest of your days, and the trauma of what you have witnessed will stay with you always.